and welcome back to Reactioncast. It's your host Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, here to give you another movie review. This time around, we're going to be watching the science fiction horror film that is written, directed, and co-produced by Jordan Peele. His most recent film under the Monkey Paws Productions. Now, if you guys have seen some of his recent films, he's been doing some very interesting works. Everything from Us to Get Out to Candyman. So he's been on a roll, I'll be honest. I've been enjoying his works. So how did Nope do? To start off, just baseline, I was very intrigued. As always, I'm gonna be not spoiling anything. The only thing I will say is things that appeared in the first few trailers. So warning on that. But even then, you wonder what the heck is happening in this film. So Nope tells the story of these two descendants of original the descendants of the original first black actor and now owners of the Haywood Hollywood Horse Ranch, a ranch where they train horses for films and the like and other media. And we follow our main character of OJ, who is played by I forget his name sometimes. Daniel Kaluuya, I think that's his name. I always mispronounce his last name, but he's a wonderful actor, and he's been working a lot with Jordan Peele, and I've been really enjoying his work. Then we had, I think it's Keke Palmer, I think that's how you pronounce her name, as the OJ's sister, as Emerald. And these are kind of the main two cast. We have two other individuals later on that joins up, that kind of adds up to the mix. But we're following these siblings as they try to find out what the heck is happening on their farm. What is this thing? And from what the trailers portray, it's one of these like classic sci-fi alien abduction stuff, and okay, let's see where Jordan's going with this. Okay, and for sure this film is not what you expected. I'll be honest, I was okay, I did not really foresee this coming, and even the finale, it was whoa. Whoa. So to simply put, let's go over some of the main points. Visually, the film was wonderfully done. It takes place a lot in the ranch, so you see a lot of landscape, a lot of open fields and hills. So you get a lot of good shots, and then a lot of the action sequences really good. Acting wonderful, like I said. Daniel and Keke do a wonderful job as siblings trying to maneuver these situations and try to find out what's harming their farm. Even the supporting cast, you guys got this Verizon electronics worker, just trying to be of some help, and then you have a child star played by Stephen Yuen, I think that's how you pronounce his name, trying to also kind of figure out what the heck's happening around, kind of like the B plot of this film. Music and the score interestingly well. It's used very sparingly, but enough where it's okay, they're not overusing it. And some of the audio effects they use, boy, do they really hit home, man. They put some terror in you with this one for sure. Now the plot's where it really depends how the film goes, because you can have wonderful visuals, it can sound wonderful and spooky and very threatening, and the acting can be very good, but it can only go so far with the plot. Like I said, the plot is pretty straightforward, but it changes towards the end. There's a good B plot in there that kind of overall builds into the full scope of plot A. I'll be honest there, because there's a lot of films where they have like multiple plots running, and it's like, why are you telling me this? Like, was there a point to this? But for sure, this film's A and B plot work really well together. Them trying to find out what this like flying saucer thing is, just trying to find that evidence, get, be able to basically just keep their family ranch running, because they are like on the end of their ropes, last leg here. And from beginning to end, there's a lot of fun, interesting, like spooky sequences, a lot of some interesting heartwarming ones, but at the end of the day, it's pretty graphic as well. Like, honestly, it has one of the most intense scenes that you'll be seeing in cinema. Like, it doesn't have it's one of those films where, like, visually it like impacts you because of the build-up. On top of that, like I mentioned, the audio, man, if you really listen, you get like freaked out because of what's how they use this audio for like certain sequences. It's like, what am I listening to, and why does it sound horrifying? But yeah, it's crazy. In the finale, the final arc, or not the arc, the final act, it is crazy, it is intense. There's one point where I'm like, why is a specific character doing something? It's one of those things, like, it's a horror movie, but you kind of have to have that one character, but it doesn't really reduce from the finale, because, man, that finale is fantastic. And like finding out the true ending, what the real is, a big payoff. It's like, okay, and then seeing everything at the end, and like what it builds to. It might I'll be honest, it might leave some people underwhelmed at some points, but at the end of the day, I think it's worth watching. Jordan Peele has been doing really great works, and this is one up there for sure. I'm still kind of, what's interesting is I really want to rewatch this one. This is one of those films I kind of want to rewatch too, because once you kind of know certain things are happening, like, you want to go back and watch certain scenes to catch a couple things. But honestly, yeah, I'm hoping to see what Jordan Peele brings to us next, because, man, this was a visual spectacle, I'll be honest. Oh, and the only other thing I would say before I give my final verdict, because it is dealing with like the science fiction stuff, and like there is some special effects and stuff. Like, honestly, it worked really well. There's a couple good there's some interesting ways they use practical effects. You could tell during certain scenes, but like when you're dealing with like UFOs and stuff like that, you kind of have to, like, okay, does it look goofy? No, it worked really well. There was like not a single time where I didn't feel like any of the special effects were really bad. It was like, oh shit, there's something like abducting people out there, man. So yeah, that's kind of really it. Anything more? Yeah, because the rest is just spoiler, and I don't want to, like, this one's a film you guys have to go see if you really want to know what's happening out there. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one. That's a good one. This is a good one. It's good. I'll say it's good. I'm not saying it's like a below average. It's not even an average film. It's a good film. So just thinking of it like that, there is a few sequences where it's like, where it could have been a little bit more alleviated. Certain scenes could be more explained, but leaving something for the audience to kind of ponder, where some of the things like I kind of want more. I just want more. But just for the film itself, I'm gonna give this one Ooh, this is a hard one. This is a good one. You know, I'm gonna bump it up from what originally I was gonna say, just because how like visually like impressive some of the scenes were and how they handled it. Like I said, it looked extremely realistic to everything, and how they were handling a lot of the scenes. So originally I was gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna bump this one up to an 8 because yeah, there are a couple scenes where it feels like it may have faltered, but at the end of the day, when you finish watching it and see what the final product is, it's a solid 8 out of 10. So let me know what you guys thought about it. If you're going to go see it, let me know if you're going to go watch it. As always, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, so you can follow anytime I'm about to go see another film or what show I'm watching that I'm going to review. But yeah, until next time, see ya.